Hello, my name is Keith Moore. No one knows of me, but however, you will know of me after you leave this video presentation. Give you a little bit of information about myself. First and foremost, I have a master's degree. I have two of them. I have one in education. I also have one in inner city studies education. First and foremost, I am a researcher and I am a scholar. And these are things that I do. My subjects, I deal primarily with religion, history, and how history relates to religion. Throughout the day and ages, you'll find that there have been many debates on who has the true faith. Whether you're a Christian, whether you're Jewish, whether you're Muslim, the reality of it is it's all manifested to one origin. And we find this origin in ancient Kemet, or Egypt, or Kemet, a land of the dark people. When Moses came into Egypt around, I would say, 2500 BC, what he saw was a structure that he eventually learned and copied. He took remnants of the ancient Kemetic civilization and took it to a new land, and today they call it Judaism, because he was what is called a Kereb Hotep, or a high priest. Then what we know what came from Judaism, we know Christianity derived from Judaism. And the reality of it is Jesus Christ was an ideal Jew, but he never claimed to be a Christian. Originally, Christianity was a sect that was within Judaism. And then it broke off, or I should say branched off into several other organizations. You have pretty much two types of Christianity at that time. You have what, as Professor Cornel West would define as a Constantinian Christian, or Constantinian Christianity. And then you have what I would call Gnosticism. And if you know anything about Gnosticism, Gnosticism is the fact that they believe that Christ was never a person, but Christ was only within. In other words, we can all be Christ. Everyone can be Christ-like instead of having to rely on a man to be the Christ for them. And that's the view of the Gnostics. And if you know, over time, the Gnostic sect kind of died out and went into different other branches. Now, what came from Christianity was Islam. And when you think of Islam, you think of it as a way of submitting to God. When Muhammad established his religion in Arabia and called it Islam, he had numerous debates with people of different religions. He debated with Zoroastrians. He debated with Jews. He debated with Christians. And for some reason, one night while he was meditating in a cave, an angel Gabriel appeared to him and told him to recite the words, "In the name of Allah." And it's a little bit more complicated than that, and it's a little bit more in detail. And we can go into that in a later presentation. But anyway, now he had this new established religion, and he calls the God Allah. But what most people don't know is that the name Allah is actually a pagan moon goddess, or a pagan moon god, and she was symbolized with the crescent moon and her children with a five-pointed star. That's why you see on the Islamic flag in pretty much all nations the crescent moon and the five-pointed star. That's actually a pagan symbolism. A pagan symbol that has been placed in that, and Muhammad just basically took it and converted it into an Islamic symbol. Now you're asking, where did I get all this, and where does all this come from? It all came from ancient Kemet. Even the very religion that we practice today in our churches, and the very religions that they condemn as being religions of a false religion. As a matter of fact, I went to one church where the preacher said Egypt was this damn country, or condemnation country, and the reality of it was the very country that you're condemning, and this is an African American preacher, the very religion that he's condemning was the very religion that came forth what you're practicing today. Because I don't think there could never have been the Judaism if Moses would have ever settled in Egypt. Or I don't think Abraham, who also settled in Egypt as well. In other words, every last one of these individuals went to the African civilization, or the Nile Valley, and came forth out of the Nile Valley with something and created their own personal religion. So when you think of it, I'm going to end this presentation by letting you guys know religion is man-made. The word re means to hold back.